Norman Lear is a racist, a hypocrite, a thief, and a liar. Now, the LA Times wouldn't print that, but I'll state it emphatically that that's what he is. He's a racist, a hypocrite, he's a thief, and he's a liar.
Welcome back to About a Week Ago with Dom Smith. I'm your host, Dom Smith, where I sum up the best news stories that happened about a week ago. And what a week it's been, ladies and gentlemen. So much has happened, so let's get right to it, y'all. Dwight Howard is out here in these streets. That's right, Dwight Howard has been outed through a sexual assault case, and that's sad, sad stuff. Dwight Howard is gay. When NBA 2K found out, they increased his ball handling skills to a 99 overall.
Howard traveled out front, no call, and he slams.
Hey, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, about a week ago, and when I say about a week ago, I'm really talking about February, March, 1974. Jet magazine reported that Red Fox was going to miss a few episodes of Sanford & Son to end the show's third season. The magazine would then report Fox's per episode salary, which is tacky as hell. At the time, Fox was earning around $25,000 per episode in 1974. With inflation, that equates to around $160,000 per episode in 2023. It was initially reported that illness is what caused him to miss out on the episodes, but Ebony magazine reported that Fox took a guest spot on the Merv Griffin show, which caused NBC executives and studio producers to realize maybe Red wasn't so sick after all. Now, the network felt that they went above and beyond to meet Red's demands, and the back and forth became so much that Tandem Productions, which produced Sanford & Son, hit Fox with a $10 million lawsuit for failure to report to work on the sitcom. I asked for 25% of the show. They wanted to give me 25% of the producer's pie and said it would take 5 years before I could get a piece of the show. Well, they want to make me look like an idiot. They know they have a winner and had one from the start. You see, when they gave me the show, they had about 25 million black folks to start off with as a viewing audience. The show has made millions. They want to sell the show to Columbia for $11 million. When the show is syndicated, I want to have a piece of that. I figured that if I had 25% of the show, I could make $1 million a year for the next 10 or 12 years. I want some money now because I deserve it now. And when I'm gone, I want my family to have 25% of something rather than 100% of nothing. I just want 1/4 of myself to own. If I can't have 1/4 of me, then why am I living? Unfortunately, Red Fox forgot he was talking to old money whites. You see, by then Fox had been in the business for 38 years. He felt like he was still being treated like some beginner, when in actuality, he's been doing this. He's on the same level of Bob Hope or Danny Thomas. I mean, he won a Golden Globe in 1973 for playing Fred G. Sanford. Does that not mean anything? It is no longer a question of money with me. Now it's a question of economics. I recently made $150,000 in 1 month on the road with a show, and that ain't bad. That's money. But it's economics when I own a piece of the TV show and my family can make it when I'm gone, or we can make it when I'm no longer out there on the road. And remember, Red Fox just wasn't starring in the show, but he also did some of the writing, getting a story by credit for 2 episodes. But more importantly, he changed a lot of the dialogue to make black folks authentically talk like black folks. My friend Tommy Davidson said the same thing when I interviewed him years ago.
It was white writers writing for us, see? Because I'd never heard of, have you ever heard a black person call another black person a jive turkey? Right. That was the white idea of how we talk.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, you'll hear a white person go, you know, Bubba and Tyrone, you know? Yeah. I don't know that many black people named Bubba. You know, that's their voice on us.
That's right, I know Tommy very well. He's one of my many, many celebrity friends.
Who are these niggas?
It's also noteworthy that the scripts for shows like Sanford & Son and Good Times were written by a lot of Jewish white men. What? They're protesting outside already? I'm anti-what? But that's a fact, there are a lot of Jewish white men that write for these shows. All of this led to Fox asking readers of Jet magazine to come to a call of action. He demanded writing credits, he demanded wardrobe changes, he demanded more money, and asked this to his fans. If there are any blacks who read Jet and think I'm right, I want Jet to send me the letters so I can forward them to NBC. He called for a boycott. Does that sound familiar, my loves?
I'm not asking to boycott any network. Boycott me. Boycott Chappelle's show. Do not watch it unless they pay me.
And if we're being completely honest, one more thing Red hated was his demanding schedule. Starring in a TV show is no joke. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I know. According to Ebony Magazine, this was Red's schedule during production of Sanford and Son. Script readings on Wednesdays, run-throughs on Fridays, script memorization on Saturdays and Sundays, blocking on Mondays, shooting on Tuesdays, and the chaos starts all over again the next day. I feel your pain, Red. That leaves absolutely no time for the hoes, and that's unacceptable. When it came to the conditions for blacks in Hollywood, Foxx said the industry was nothing but slavery in a tuxedo.
This fucking industry is a monster. It's the same monster that these Me Too bitches was trying to tell you about. But they hate the monster for how it and I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster.
And Red Foxx wasn't the only actor in the 1970s to miss episodes of a hit sitcom in order to hold out for better pay. Carroll O'Connor did the same exact thing, and according to Entertainment Weekly, he sued Tandem Productions for $64,000 in back pay and other contract demands. It was later revealed that other members of All in the Family had received little to no residuals. Sally Struthers, who played Gloria Stivic, has gone on public record saying that she only received royalties when episodes aired in syndication 5 times. After that 5th time, she has not seen a dime since, and Rob Reiner, who played her husband Michael on the show, had this to say about feelings of being exploited. I'm not disturbed about the t-shirts and the posters that capitalize on the show. What bothers me is something like the book, The Wit and Wisdom of Archie Bunker. All the material in it was taken from the television scripts, and I wrote a good hunk of those jokes in them. Yet, I don't get a penny from the sales, and neither does any writer on the show. In 1999, it was reported that Sherman Hemsley from the Jeffersons filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Eric Monty, the man who created the character of George Jefferson and co-created Good Times, filed for bankruptcy, started smoking crack, and eventually ended up homeless. Monty eventually sued ABC and CBS for using his ideas in Good Times and the Jeffersons without giving him credit. After he was awarded $1 million, he was blacklisted as a screenwriter, too difficult to work with. And what do all of these creatives have in common? They worked for the king of the 1970s sitcom, Norman Lear. That's right, folks, Carroll O'Connor played Archie Bunker for 9 seasons, over 200 episodes in All of the Family, a sitcom developed for American audiences by Norman Lear. Sally Struthers and Rob Reiner were all in the show as well. Sanford and Son was developed by Norman Lear, starring Red Foxx for over 100 episodes. Sherman Hemsley was George Jefferson for 11 seasons and over 250 episodes. The Jeffersons was the longest running black sitcom for 27 years until it was beaten by Tyler Perry's House of Pain. Each one of these characters are over 50 years old and still remembered today. They're iconic, they've stood the test of time, but guess what? Sherman Hemsley died broke, Red Foxx died broke, Carroll O'Connor had multiple contract disputes over salary and ownership, Sally Struthers and Rob Reiner got little to no residuals, and Eric Monty has absolutely nothing to show for co-creating Good Times and George Jefferson. Meanwhile, Norman Lear sits on an empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars. This man is 101 years old, born July 27th, 1922. 101, he's evil by default. He looks like a supervillain and it's Skin Cat. We were all counting down the days until Betty White turned 100, and we were all devastated when she clocked out at 99. There's a reason why Norman Lear made it to 101, and no one gives a f. And you know, I hope we can get this episode out within the next 48 hours before Norman Lear dies. Time is of the essence, and I don't want to be blamed. Hold on strong, Norman, at least until 2024. I still hate you. And listen, folks, the stories of producers exploiting their artists is as old as show business itself. I did not have the best experience being signed to Bad Boy Records.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
That's a trigger, I'm sorry. But sadly in the 2020s, we still hear stories of artists being taken advantage of. But the more folks are aware, the more we can prevent artists like Red Foxx and Sherman Hemsley from passing on with nothing to show for their life's work. While producers like Norman Lear and Bud Yorkin have created generational wealth. And that generational wealth was based off of the work of black artists. I don't know, sounds like slavery to me, but hey, what do I know? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your hype moment of the week.
Because I am black. See, niggas are superstitious. You can tell the difference. See, niggas believe in ghosts, rabbit's feet, and black cats. I'm black. I don't believe in none of that shit. If I see a ghost, I'ma cut it. And rabbit's feet. Nigga, how could a rabbit's foot be lucky when the rabbit lost it?